Hi, third graders. So we're going to be doing number 2 on the two-step word problem worksheet. And this problem is about Daisy. And we're going to start out by looking at it, reading it, figuring out what it's about. With two-step word problems, sometimes there's always a problem within a problem. You're going to have to make more than one operation. So you might be adding and dividing, or subtracting and adding, or even multiplying and multiplying. So you're going to have to do more than one thing. Sometimes there's even more steps, but today we're just going to do 2 steps. So let's go ahead and read the problem. I'm going to start with Daisy has a goal of reading 75 minutes in 1 week. Okay, so if we look at that, we know probably what's going to be important information. All of our numbers, we have to look at them and see if they're important. If she wants to read 75 minutes in 1 week, let's go ahead and circle our numbers. 75 minutes in 1 week. That's what that 75 represents. How many minutes in a week that she wants to read. So it says she reads 9 minutes a day for 5 days. How many more minutes, M, will she have to read to reach her goal? So let's go back here. She reads 9 minutes a day. So we want to circle that. That's important. 9 minutes a day for 5 days. Let's circle our number 5. 5 days. So 9 represents how many minutes a day. 5 represents how many total days that she's going to read. So let's continue breaking this apart. It says how many more minutes, M means how many more minutes will she have to read to reach her goal. Now, if you remember back when we were in school, we talked a lot about this phrase, how many more? How many more? If it's asking how many more than, we always subtract. We're going to have to eventually subtract. Now, can we subtract yet? No, we don't have enough information yet. But we need to remember this because it says how many more minutes, M, will she have to read to reach her goal. This letter M is going to be in our equation. It's going to represent how many more minutes she needs. So if she has a goal of 75 minutes, I'm going to just say, okay, that's my goal. That's what I want to get to. So something over here is going to equal 75. And it says that she reads 9 minutes a day for 5 days. So we can figure out how many minutes that is. If we can figure out how many minutes she's read, then we can figure out how many more minutes she needs to read to get to 75. So if she reads 9 minutes each day for 5 days, that means 9 minutes times 5 days. Well, if we remember our 5s, we can count by 5s 9 times, and we end up with 45 minutes. So 9 minutes a day for 5 days is 45 minutes. So she has read, this is our step 1, because we couldn't figure out the next step, how many more minutes she needed, unless we knew how many she already had. So this is our step 1. So she had 45 minutes. Okay? She had 45 minutes, and we need to get to 75 minutes. 45 plus something is going to be 75. So how do we figure this number out right here? How do we figure out how many more minutes, M, she needs to get to her goal? Well, let's see. Look at the operation. We have adding. We're adding here. But we can't add something that we don't know what it is. So when you have a problem like this, you can always think of, well, I could add these two numbers or I could subtract these two numbers. Because we have addition, the opposite is subtraction. So let's think, well, if I added 45 plus 75, 45 plus 75 gives me 120. So 45 plus 120, is that going to give me 75? No. So we know that that is not the correct operation to use. So if we don't add these two numbers, we're going to try subtracting, since subtracting is the opposite of it adding. So 75 minus 45. Let's try that. That's the total number of minutes that she needs. If we take away how many minutes she's already read, that's going to leave us with how many she has left. So 5 minus 5 is 0. 7 minus 4 is 3. So M equals 30. Let's see if that makes sense. Let's see if the 30 makes sense in the blank. We erase the M, we put a 30. 45 plus 30 is 75. Does that make more sense? Yes. If we add that up, we could even do that in our head. 40 plus 30, 4 plus 3 is 7. So 70 plus 5 more is 75. All right, so that is your number 2 for our week 3 two-step word problem work page. See you guys later.